The bubonic plague is back. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm just not gonna hold you. The bubonic plague is back. If you ain't never heard of the bubonic plague, I'm going to give you a description of what it was back then and what it is now, and possibly what it means for now. At the first case, modern case of the bubonic plague is back. You understand me? Now, what does this mean? Shit, I'd be lying if I told you that I know. All I know is this is an old world disease that we do not need right now. You know what I'm saying? You seen what COVID did. Imagine if the nation was spread with the bubonic plague in 2024. In the meantime, we're gonna get right to it. Right after these messages.
Can try and gank you. Anyway, I'm Tyrone Copeland. It's all good.
All right. So, the bubonic plague, right? Some of the most strangest shit I ever heard of in my life. When I first heard of this, I was definitely in elementary school or middle school or one of the others where I first heard it, right? And this is one of them things where you thought it was just an old world disease that had never reoccurred back in modern times. Well, it's motherfucking back now. The bubonic plague is one of the 3 types of plague caused by bacterium Yersinia pestis. 1 to 7 days after exposure to the bacteria, flu-like symptoms develop. These symptoms include fever, headaches, and vomiting, as well as swollen and painful lymph nodes occurring in the area closest to where the bacteria entered the skin. Acronecrosis, the dark discoloration of skin, is another symptom. Occasionally, swollen lymph nodes known as buboes may break open. So imagine if if he had some shit and it bust open by itself. Shit. Now, the 3 types of plague are the result of the route of infection: the bubonic plague, the septicemic plague, and the pneumonic plague. Now, the bubonic plague is mainly spread by infected fleas from small animals. It may also result from exposure to body fluids or a dead plague-infected animal. Mammals such as rabbits, hares, I'm thinking some cat species have it. Rodents have it. And enter the skin through a flea bite, and it travels through the lymphatic vessel to the lymph node, causing it to swell. Diagnosis is made by finding the bacteria in the blood, sputum, or fluid of the lymph nodes, pus, as some of us may know it. Now, globally, between 2010 and 2015, there were 3,248 documented cases, which resulted in 584 deaths. In countries with the greatest number of cases are the Democratic Republic of Congo, Madagascar, and Peru. The plague is considered the likely cause of Black Death that swept through Asia, Europe, and Africa in the 14th century and killed an estimated 50 million people, including about 25 to 60% of the European population. Because of the plague killed so many of the working population, the wages rose due to the demand for labor. Historians see it as a turning point in European economic development. Now, this part right here, I'm not gonna lie, I had a little exclamation, point, look, boop, over my head, because just the point of the plague killing 25 to 60 of the population, it leveled it off so motherfucking much that Europe's economy had a boom. Now, I'm not trying to throw no conspiracy theories in there. You know how COVID hit, and you know how a lot of folks said COVID was just a, you know what I'm saying? It was just a little teaser, you know what I'm saying? It was the appetizer to the big dog, you know what I'm saying? Which nobody know what it's going to be. Now, could this be it? I don't know. We're just going to let this play out and let it see. But fast forward into now, the bubonic plague strikes a person in Colorado. Now, let's zoom this out a little bit real quick. Y'all talking about. Now, I got a couple articles. I don't know if I'm going to use the other one, but I am going to use this one. Now, a person in Colorado has contracted the plague. Health officials have confirmed. The news came 4 days after the officials announced that there was a suspected case of the disease based on preliminary test results in a statement published Tuesday, July 9th. The Pueblo Department of Public Health and Environment did confirm the human case of a plague in Pueblo County resident. In the email to Live Science on July the 12th, a spokesperson verified that the person contracted the bubonic plague and not another form of the disease. The exact source of the infection is currently unknown. Now, the plague is an infection caused by bacterial pestis. I already told you that, but the microbe naturally circulates among wild rodents and is transmitted through flea bites. Humans can catch the disease if they are bitten by an infected flea or if they handle the tissue or body fluids of an infected animal, which can include household pets. Let's see, the most common type of the plague is the bubonic. Like I said, the lymphatic system, the draining system helps rid the body of waste. So, let me see. Throughout history, the plague has caused widespread pandemics with the high casualty rates. Now, this part right here, right, widespread pandemic, is the part that I'm paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of shocking. This is really off the cuff. Just the fact that it's 50 million people, right? We all know that we have a problem with, they say, quote unquote, we don't have enough food, we don't have enough this, we don't have enough that, we don't have enough this, we don't have enough resources. You know what I'm saying? It's too many people on earth. Niggas was wishing for a Thanos snap, you know what I'm saying, to level the earth off in a sense. But when COVID happened, I noticed how the economy changed, how some things got more expensive and some got cheaper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the resources, the food, everything is right now is up. You know what I'm saying? For a family to live in certain states and certain areas, it's too motherfucking hard, and it's damn near impossible to live in these areas without a decent amount of money. It's just tough. It's hard to make it. It's hard to pay bills. It's hard to pay your car, and hard to pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're working a full-time job, you know, a lot of folks are working multiple jobs every day of the week just to make the ends meet and just to have a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to do whatever they got to do. Now, I'm not here to cause no hysteria or things like that, but when you think about shit like COVID and how they shut the world, that was the first time that we've seen them shut the world down, right? Majority of the world was shut down, maxed up, you know what I'm saying? A lot of folks was in severe hysteria. So think about it, how it would be, right, with a bubonic plague walking the motherfucker around. You know what I'm saying? Sliding fuck around now. Colorado, not too far from where I stay. I'm a state down. I'm currently in the state of Oklahoma, so it's not too far. I'm southeast of Colorado, so it's alarming because now you're thinking about, well, where is the origin from? You know what I'm saying? And they said they didn't have an origin. You know what I'm saying? At first, they didn't really know what the fuck the shit, you know what I'm saying, was going on. Now, the plague was first introduced in the U.S. in 1900 when infected rats aboard ships sparked outbreaks in port cities. However, no epidemics have been reported in the city since 1925. Nationwide, around 7 human cases of the plague were reported into the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention every year. More than 80% are the bubonic form of the disease. Now, these infections usually occur in northern New Mexico, northern Arizona, southern Colorado, California, southern Oregon, far western Nevada. So the normal location for these cases in America are all West Coast. Now, even deeper to some shit that I didn't motherfucking know is that this has been spotting along the years, where I thought this was just the first time in many years. It's really not, right? So between 2005 and 2021, 67 cases of the human plague were reported in Colorado. Now, in its latest statement, the PDPHE noted that several precautionary measures that the public can take to protect themselves against the plague. This advice includes eliminating places in your home where rodents can hide and breed, avoiding contact with dead animals, and using insect repellent that contains at least 20 to 30% DEET to help avoid flea bites. Right now, I'm going to go to another. Let me see. This was also another very interesting shit. But like I said, man, this shit is all strange, bro. Because I'm not gonna sit here and say this was the type of shit that I was waiting for as far as strange news. But as soon as I seen it, I pulled my truck over because I seen it yesterday, and I pulled my truck over. I'm like, what the fuck? The bubonic plague, you know what I'm saying? Now, the plague is no longer the human scourge it was during Black Death, when it wiped out entire generations of Europe and Asia back during the medieval times. They also said that it doesn't pose the same threat it did when dense, unsanitary port cities along the West Coast allowed the plague to fester in the early 1900s. But still, the plague affects a handful of Americans every year. And when Colorado officials confirmed this week that a person in Pueblo County has been sickened, they sprang into action with warnings: exposure to rodents, prairie dogs known to carry fleas. That's just fucking insane. Living conditions are very different than they are now. A research biologist for the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention in Colorado, high density urban environments that were often rat infested, that was a great breeding ground for transmission of the plague. My only thing is this: now that we have a lot of these new housing developments and things of that nature, a lot of the places where we are living were once a habitat that was occupied by animals. I don't know how that affects now, but all I know is this, man. Make sure that you be careful out here, especially if you're dealing out there on the farms, or you're on some type of ship work, or you do something like that. Make sure that y'all are very careful. Make sure also at these grocery stores, a lot of y'all be eating this weird shit too. Y'all want to be eating some weird shit, and shit you may be eating might be got the bubonic seasoning on that motherfucker. It might make that motherfucker hit, but the reason why I hit because got that bubonic on there. You know what I'm talking about? The fleas, things of that nature. Y'all just make sure that you take care of yourself and you look out for this shit, and you keep notes of this shit. Like I said, this is very early. There's not much news on this besides the fact that we know that somebody in Pueblo County, Colorado, has the motherfucking bubonic plague. They haven't released anything about the origin of it, where he got it from, how he transmitted it, or who he was around, or anything like that. But when that information drops, you best believe we will be right back here at the True World Order. News that defies the motherfucking norm. And until then, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? That's it for right now. So make sure you save this video. I'm gonna link this video together with the very next one. I'm gonna be watching this shit 2 months, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, just to see if this story will disappear. Will it reoccur? Will it happen again? Will it be more people? You know what I'm saying? We don't know yet. But I guarantee you, when I find out, I'm gonna let you know. On that note, it's the Trill Pill, and this is the Trill World Order. News that defies the norm. I almost fucked it up, but you see, I caught that. Anyway, I'm gone. Much love. I'm out.